Dinar News, Intel, and Opinions on December 19, 2016. From Iraq Daily Journal, ADMINBILL, Kaperoni, and Jim Sinclair. Iraq Daily Journal. Central Bank of Iraq gets IFSB membership. Malaysia-based Council of the Islamic Financial Services Board, IFSB, has approved the admission of 7 organizations for IFSB membership, including the Central Bank of Iraq, which has been made a full member. IFSB serves as an international standard-setting body of regulatory and supervisory agencies that have vested interest in ensuring the soundness and stability of the Islamic financial services industry, which is defined broadly to include banking, capital market, and insurance. The additions include 5 supervisory authorities as full and associate members, 1 financial institution and 1 industry association as observer members, said a statement from IFSB. The 29th meeting of the IFSB Council, hosted by the Central Bank of Egypt, was chaired by Central Bank of Egypt Governor Tarek Amer, in Cairo, Egypt. It was attended by 11 central bank governors and deputy governors of regulatory and supervisory authorities, and 9 senior representatives from among the Council and full members of the IFSB, representing 14 countries, and the Islamic Development Bank. The newly admitted members are: full members, 1 Central Bank of Iraq, 2 Central Bank of Mauritania. Associate members: 3 Capital Markets Authority, Kenya, 4 Under Secretariat of Treasury, the Republic of Turkey, 5 Regional Council for Public Savings and Financial Markets, CREP, West African Monetary Union. Observer members: 6 Habshil Bank International, Somalia, 7 Turkish Capital Markets Association, the Republic of Turkey. The membership of the IFSB is divided into 3 categories, namely full member, associate member, and observer member, said a statement. The full membership, which is the sole membership with voting rights, is available to the financial sector supervisory authorities of each sovereign country, it said. To date, the 188 members of the IFSB consist of 70 supervisory and regulatory authorities from the banking, capital markets, and Islamic insurance, Takaful, sectors from 57 jurisdictions, as well as 8 international intergovernmental organizations, and 110 market players, financial institutions, professional firms, and industry associations, it stated. From ADMINBILL. Look for most major banks to follow the lead of Citibank, starting with Chase or Wells Fargo. Watch the action begin in the early morning hours and onward. This is not the RV, yet. But the wheels are turning. Will it be this month or January? Basel III is already in play. Asset-backed means verifiable assets like black gold, yellow gold, and other precious minerals, as well as foreign currencies and bonds that support a country's currency value. Basel IV is also coming. The new digital reality will be easier to sustain value due to less cash and supposed corruption. From Kaperoni. Article: Parliamentary Investment, Central Bank Reserves Fall to $40 billion. It's a game of chicken between the CBI and IMF. The IMF won't let the CBI advance the banking system until they follow the directives, yet the CBI cannot stop the corruption which is depleting the reserves. Who will win? From Jim Sinclair. What is left to go before the Great Reset? Dear comrades in golden arms. What is left to go before the Great Reset? The Great Reset is the milestone economic event that is the final step in the restructuring of the monetary system that functions as real money is intended to. This system in word and fact is the mechanism the sum of its parts truly functions as. 1. A storehouse of value. 2. A measure of value. 3. A standard of value. 4. A medium of exchange. Money is generally interpreted in your modern business school and by a general public as anything of value that serves as a 1. Generally accepted medium of financial exchange, 2. Legal tender for repayment of debt, 3. Standard of value, 4. Unit of accounting measure, and 5. Means to save or store purchasing power. Before we get into the subject, let's agree to certain facts. Common types of currency issued by official order are valued based on the issuing authority's guarantee to pay the stated, face, amount on demand, and not on any intrinsic worth or extrinsic backing. All national currencies in circulation, issued and managed by the respective central banks, are fiat currencies. Their simple is not enough fiat currency on circulation to pay off all national and business debts even if we exclude government guarantees. Most what is called money is an accounting entry now in cyberspace. Computer currencies are a bridge over mental gap between the common belief in money and the requirements of what money truly does. All of this is based on confidence in a system whose foundation of convincing on a continuing basis a public that the fiat currency can pretend and extend an illusion of real money whose definition is other than that universally held now and whose foundation is set in the cement of a pure illusion without backing in kind, uninsured and failing badly in many respects. Please keep in mind that President-elect Trump is a proven master at the use of bankruptcy in business to set a foundation upon which a going concern can replace the previous failed entity or system of operation of the entity. Not only is the monetary system insolvent if called upon to perform in even a modesty percentage, the entire system would fail miserably. However, there is no lack of resources and productivity if incentivized to make the global system again functional and durable by making real, not pretend money the basis. What is Mr. Trump's real business background? He is a builder of brick and mortar. He is a negotiator. He has zero lack of self-worth or abilities. He is a master of using the economic tool of bankruptcy to restructure and retreat in from the conditions of financial bankruptcy. Today's world is without any doubt a rolling bankruptcy whose foundation is pretend and extend. Inherently pretend and extend has shown no permanency anytime, anywhere. The great flush which must precede the Great Reset has been, most disturbingly, war won or lost. Therefore, the United States, one of the most powerful countries in the global system, is insolvent. That is true just on the factors of OTC derivatives and unfunded obligations. You need not be a genius to understand this. As a result of all this, nothing has been economically supplied to cure the basic problem. Pretend and extend has been the basis of the illusion that the system functions. Why is gold hated, the dollar and the equity market always protected by the creation of more illusion that all is steady and the government and quasi-government the underwriter of this economic Potemkin city of money with stability? Why did gold move up and the general markets decline near $900 when the unexpected victory of President-elect Donald Trump occur? The answer is that a correct definition of the world's new leader and known by some. It was the Hillary Clinton plunge protection machine that rescued the market and pressured gold lower, which was prepared in anticipation of a Clinton victory for the unexpected Trump victory. There is an axiom that, before a massive public will accept a new system as a way out, they must suffer severely. This is proven by history in every national bankruptcy of a nation's currency. An example of note is the Weimar Republic that gave rise to the socialist leader, Hitler. In this example, the war had to be lost for a reset to happen. The reason I anticipate the Great Reset is that the experiment of globalism has failed miserably, with the world now imitating the recklessness of massive Western debt creation. This is not the end of the world, but rather the means of change to a new world that in the end might be quite abundant and peaceful. Just like a great fall caused no injury if you have prepared a large foam mattress for your family. The injury comes via the means by which the fall stops. It is this that we work so hard to prepare you for in order for the transition by painless to you. It is not a game of gambling but of structuring in many ways to make your landing soft, not hard. The means to the Great Reset is in place and moving forward. It started with the 9 exchanges opened for trading in physical gold and silver. Premiums have been running in the $40 to $45 basis on gold and $2 on silver. The profit by arbitrage, which is the purchase and sale of the same item. So here is your scenario. Physical gold continues to rise under Mid-Eastern and Russian demand plus the demand of sleeping giants in the US typically called 1%ers. 2. The physical gold arbitrage is not cheap, requiring precise logistics, insurance, and relationships. Trust which are hard to come by. Cooperation of a major gold refiner with in-place logistics and payment systems plus trust is an absolute requirement. All of this can be purchased except trust, which is a product of long and fruitful relationships. 3 is the premium for gold, that is the price on the physical markets in China and Asia rises to over $50 and remains firm regardless of the ups and downs in the paper market. The arbitrage will be profitable enough. 5. This arbitrage has one place to come from, and that is out of the paper gold warehouses to the refineries, delivered directly to the account of the buyer or directly to the account of the physical exchange at the refinery. 6. Normal assays require 3 days and delivery according to logistics is prompt as 1/2 days or is made at the refineries. 7. Therefore the mechanics of the Great Reset has little to do with anything whatsoever except the size of the premium of physical over paper gold and silver plus the above criteria. 8. As this process continues, the warehouse supply of all paper exchanges will continue to dwindle until the paper contract can longer function. 9. No longer function means even pretending to be able to make delivery when called upon. Right now for every 1 ounce of gold 500 at 24 are promised as deliverable. That is almost as crazy as the fraudulent OTC derivatives with no mark to market that we pretend has value. 10. When delivery from the paper exchange fails, which it will, what is the value of a novated contract that cannot perform at the COMEX? That is right. It is 0. 11. Since in the Hunt situation the first thing the board of directors at the COMEX did was unilaterally changed, one side refuses to perform, the contract to sellers only. You can be sure the same people will do the same thing. 12. What do you think a contract that does not perform is worth? Again the correct answer is nothing. 13. As this occurs, which it has to, the paper gold contract loses all value. It is also useless if you are short because it will not perform for short the paper gold cover either. You cannot buy back a novated contract and meet the requirements for a short cover. The reason is simple, as a non-novated contract for paper gold is entirely different than a regularly functioning paper gold contract, since one is an apple and the other is a banana. You may have an 1,100 plus fake profit you cannot collect 1 cent on. As such, all the normal causes of high gold and silver prices will play but a minor part in the unfolding drama. No group of wizards at any institution will figure this out, make it happen or stop it from happening as long as the price differential between paper gold and the price of the physical remain at or above the price of physical market for both. In conclusion, regardless of the drama unfolding or the opinion of so many new gurus, no one word they say is correct in determination of the final price of gold. All that matters is what is written above in points in 14 points. COMEX paper gold will be offered at a nominal price, say $5 offered and no bid. Physical gold will be between $3,000 and $5,000 big and offered by China, Russia, and others. I am regularly chastised for my dedicated bullishness in both my opinion on the gold price and on gold shares, even though I am correct. Now if perchance you could mine gold at, let's say, $600 or so, please inform me why you would sell it other than to meet immediate needs. Bulyanhulu in Tanzania, for instance, has always been assumed to hold 20 million ounces or more from inception. How much of that gold has been sold at present in lower absurd prices? If you have a clear understanding of the shift in the mechanism for price discover in gold from paper exchanges to physical exchanges being the sole reason the Russians and Chinese are correct in buying all the physical offered. Therefore, gold is going to $5,000 or better, wherein the profit will be made by physical gold investors and enlightened gold company management that strives to produce and store all their gold not needed for sale to keep the lights on. The location for storage is at an international non-bank Swiss refinery, not at the location of the mine or at the location of the companies. Try to explain that to anyone if you want to see glass forming over their eyes when it is so simple it screams at you. The currency of greatest attraction will be that of the nation holding the most gold. The currency of the nation holding the least gold will be the weakest. Thus the market, not central banks, accomplish the reset. 2 ladies go to the inauguration balls. One quite beautiful lady wears a 10-carat diamond and the other lady wearing the Hope diamond. Who gets looked at the most? The value of gold is the jewelry worn by the nation. This is how currencies will ultimately be sought after. Currencies will be valued by the value of gold each national treasury has. It would be quite nice if the ISA has the gold they claim, but this can only be known when a real third-party audit occurs. Regardless either what I have told you what will happen. This is not in the far distant future. Remember, this is triggered at any price of gold should the difference in physical versus paper gold trigger the arbitrage transaction. Respectfully, Jim. Subscribe, like and share. Thanks for my